Hello and welcome to Hard Line Rugby, the channel focusing on rugby union in the Americas. With a weekend with overlapping games, we were spoiled for choice as MLR went to two new venues while familiar grounds hosted some spectacular performances for us to enjoy. This is a review of Major League Rugby 2021 Round 9. In the round's opening fixture, NOLA Gold travelled out west to face the San Diego Legion at the Chula Vista Elite Athlete Training Center. It was the visitors with the first points as the Gold bullied towards the line before Andrew Guerrero broke through and stretched out for a 7-pointer. The Legion followed with one of their own as they sucked in the defence before passing out to Bjorn Basson, who got his team on the board. An extra penalty gave San Diego the lead before Hanno Dirksen was sent to the sin bin for NOLA. With a man advantage, the Legion's driving maul brought them within metres before Ethan McVeigh found a gap and his team's second try. With the clock in the red, New Orleans shot themselves in the foot, with Eric Howard being sent to the sin bin. Using the man advantage, again San Diego sucked in defenders, before passing to Cecil Africa, who found a gap and the Legion's third try of the match. At the start of the second half, the Gold looked to be approaching for another try, before Joe Peterson was able to collect a turnover and secure the try bonus point for the Legion. San Diego had returned to the form that had seen them so dominant in 2020. Even with Fakai Pafelti in the sin bin, it didn't stop Africa from scoring his second of the game, extending the Legion's lead further. However, when Siasi Mahoney was yellow carded, the numbers advantage was too great for the Legion to handle, and with Julian Dominguez in possession, he sprinted through to get another try for the Gold. With time running out, New Orleans knew they needed to score again. Using the pick and go, Kevin Sullivan was able to push over to the whitewash and add another score for the visitors. The last word went to San Diego as Carlo Denisian picked up a drop ball, pivoted around tacklers, and ran in for a try to mark the rout against the Gold. San Diego remains unbeaten against New Orleans and entered their bye week with a much-wanted win. New York headed to Austin, looking to get their second scalp against the Gill teams in as many weeks. Dan Hollinshead got the visitors on the board first, continuing his kicking accuracy from last round as he slotted between the posts. 2 minutes later, New York gave away their own penalty, and Mac Mason kicked for his team's first points. 3 minutes after that, Austin conceded a penalty within Hollinshead's range. New York edged ahead once more. Austin gave away another penalty at the 10-minute mark, and Hollinshead continued to punish the Gilgronis with another kick between the sticks. When Will Leonard was sent to the sin bin, it looked like Austin would be able to get another score. However, the Roosters' defence was resolute, and the Gilgronis were left empty-handed. It was the old reliable method that got Austin the next score, the driving maul from the line-out. Down a man, New York were unable to contain the maul, and Hugh Roach pinned down for the try. With a conversion, Austin took the lead by 1 point. Minutes before the break, Austin tried again for the try, but could only force New York to make an error. Well within Mac Mason's range, the penalty gave an extra cushion for the home side at half-time. 10 minutes into the second half, and it was another penalty against New York that allowed Austin to get further ahead. Mason's boot was on point once more as Gilgronis were now a converted try ahead of Rooney. Despite the visitors' best efforts, New York was simply unable to add further to their score than what they had accumulated in the first half. Austin defence won out, as New York must lick their wounds before they face the Free Jacks. The Sabercats and Arrows, both suffering tight losses last round, were each looking to get back into the win column. The heat as well as high humidity played a big factor against both teams, with more errors than expected for a fixture of both teams' calibre. After being held back by staunch defence, Toronto was finally able to score the first points in the match, as the ball was passed out to Manuel Montero on the wing, scoring the try. The Sabercats continued to provide staunch defence even after Nick Boyer was sent to the sin bin. Despite their best attempts, it wasn't enough to prevent the Arrows from scoring again, as Tommy De La Vega was able to power through tacklers and stretch over for his team's second try. Houston would not leave the half empty-handed. Toronto were caught offside, and with the clock in the red, Sam Windsor opted to kick for the post to give his team something to show on the scoreboard. In the second half, it was Toronto's turn to play defence as the Sabercats hunted for the try. Viramu Diki Lani broke the line before chip kicking ahead. Although Nick Boyer sprinted in to score, Toronto's Gaston Mires got to the ball first, grounding it and ending Houston's attack. Shortly after the final hydration break, the Arrows were nearing the try line once more. Again, the Houston defence held strong, but the sheer might of Manuel Diano was enough to get the ball down on the whitewash, and another try for the visitors. Again, the final score of the half would go to the home side. Pat Parfrey aimed to clear the ball from Toronto's 22, but was charged down by Cecil Garber, who then ran in to score the final try of the match. Enough for pride, but not for a losing bonus point. The Arrows enter their bye week with a much needed win, while Houston waits for another opportunity to hunt for victory. After winning the Fire and Ice Cup, Atlanta were eager to continue their winning ways, while New England were also looking to do the same. The Rattlers struck first, using the driving maul from the liner to get Van Rensburg over the line and the home team on the board. The Free Jacks got a penalty before ATL struck again. With the advantage available to them, the ball was kicked through by Adrian Carlisi and picked up by Waitakea to extend Atlanta's lead. It was all Atlanta as another kick over the defensive line allowed Carlisi to run in himself, dotting down for a simple 7-pointer. New England put their line in the sand and were able to get their play style set. Eventually the ball was passed out to Harry Barlow, and even being tackled before the line wasn't enough to stop him from scoring the first try for the Free Jacks. In the second half, New England struck again as John Poland took a quick tap penalty, and with Atlanta unprepared, shot over for another try. With a point between them, disaster struck for the Free Jacks. Both Vili Tolutau and Jackson Thebes were yellow carded with 10 minutes left. The pressure was too much, and from the scrum, Ross Deacon was able to power over to give Atlanta another try. From another scrum, the ball eventually arrived in the hands of Mark O'Keefe, who was unstoppable as he roared in for a 7-pointer to earn the try bonus point and add venom to the wound for New England. O'Keefe was yellow carded for a later high tackle, but the Free Jacks couldn't capitalise. Atlanta secures another win in the Snake Pit, while New England will be left asking questions about their discipline. At the magnificent SoFi Stadium, the Guiltinis and Warriors face off in a battle to be best in the West. It took mere minutes for the home team to score, with Harrison Goddard using his nimble stature to avoid tacklers and score a try for LA. However, 3 minutes later, Utah struck back. As the team moved into LA's 22, an offload to Sama Malolo had the forward being tackled by the backs, and the size advantage played out as he got Utah's first try of the game. After penalties apiece, LA produced a stunning try, with Ryan James kicking infield to Goddard, who ran in unopposed for a 7-pointer, extending LA's lead further. It looked as though the Guiltinis had scored again when John Ryberg went over. However, it was found that he had dropped the ball before grounding. While there was no TMO for the audience at home, SoFi Stadium had the facilities for the referees to see the incident on the big screens, and the try was called off. LA didn't worry. Minutes later, a pick and go from Angus Cottrell got his team the try, grounded this time, and another boost to their lead to end the half. 10 minutes into the second half and LA scored again. Once more using the pick and go method, Canadian eligible Corey Thomas scored the fourth try, securing the bonus point for LA. Another 10 minutes and the Warriors were looking to improve their scoreline again. After pressing on LA's defence and getting the penalty advantage, the ball was passed out to James Faifale, who danced around John Ryberg and grounded the ball before being brought into touch. Utah got another try with 10 minutes to go. A pass inside to Yuri Van Buren had him tackled before the line, but he was able to stretch out to reduce the gap to LA further. Sadly, it was a Utah mistake that ended any hopes of a comeback. An overthrown lineout was picked up by LA, who drove to the try line. Spotting a gap, Cottrell pounced over for a second, and the win was all but guaranteed to the Guiltinis. Utah did not want to walk away empty-handed, and even with the clock over 80 minutes, pressed to get another try. Eventually, it was Lance Williams who collided with tacklers as he got over the line. A quick check with the line judge and video monitors confirmed that Utah would earn a try bonus point. Although LA got another victory, the real winners were the fans who got to experience SoFi Stadium. Here's hoping for more rugby there in the future. Back home after consecutive away games, Old Glory were eager to welcome the Seawolves to Segra Field. Seattle got the first points on the afternoon with a pass from the scrum reaching the hands of Kieran Joyce as he crashed over to get the visitors the try. DC responded with a try of their own. Within inches of the try line, a flat pass out to the running Robert Sanana gave him the momentum to get over the line. With a conversion miss and Seattle scoring a penalty, the visitors had an impressive lead over Old Glory. Yet, once the ball was in the hands of Robert Tanana again, momentum swung back to the home side. A pass to Danny Tusitala, who made the most distance, before selflessly passing to Doug Fraser for the try. With a conversion missed again, the scores were even. Another penalty returned the lead to Seattle, before wide passing out to the wing allowed Ross Neal to run over for his team's second try, and another big lead to the Seawolves. The half ended with another try. DC had looked threatening for the final few minutes before Seattle's defence was sucked in, and when the ball was passed out to threaten Palamo, he found a gap to bring the supporters to their feet. The conversion successful, Seattle led by 1 point at the break. Shortly into the second half, Old Glory took the lead. The driving maul got them close before it was brought down, until Sosen Fengai was able to get low enough to slide over the line, earning DC the try bonus point. Seattle looked to regain the lead, but opportunities fell short of the try needed to bring them back. Seattle provided a worthy challenge, but the glory of victory goes to DC.
Huge tackle back, Carl Bailey, and spins through to Peterson. Has Peterson with him. Peterson stretches the legs of his. Peterson looking to go the distance. Has he got it? Peterson! Unbelievable stuff! Joe Peterson, as busy as a UPS driver before Christmas, he goes the distance. He needs to rest those legs. He's almost 37 years young.
Oh, and this is reminiscent of the San Diego defensive wall we saw in 2019 and early stages of 2020 in the truncated season. And Peterson, I got to say, Joe, I didn't think I backed you there for a second, but you knew you were going to get there. Was able to relax in the last 5 meters, I should say.
These are my predictions for round 10. What are your predictions for round 10, and what was your favourite match of round 9? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to stay up to date on all the videos for Hard Line Rugby. As always, my name is Stuart, and thanks for watching.